right, press my little thing over here. Okay, good evening, brothers and sisters.
Good evening, brother Big Man. Hold tight.
Thanks for coming out today. I'm what they call the warm-up man. I'm going to try to warm you up for Brother Azzaziel. He should be here maybe by 7 o'clock. I got a lot of good information here that I'm going to share with you. But first, I'm going to start with what they call the black news. Number one of the things that is happening in the black news is the Right Reverend Al Sharpton. He has a new cable program on Spike TV. I want you to get a good shot of that. The name of the program is called I Hate My Job. I take that, it's an hour, and I predict that it won't be on too long.
I agree.
Brother Sharpton has been getting funds from the government. He got $200,000 from the state by being stabbed in the chest by a white boy. And he's getting money coming in from different areas. But it seemed like none of that money can find its way to Brother Alton Maddox.
Wow. Beautiful, that's right.
That's number one. Number two, I want to do a little commercial. I'll do this one first. Brother Curtis Koss will be in the house on November the 20th dealing with the flu virus, the so-called flu virus.
Vaccinations and stuff.
All right, vaccinations. You know what I'm saying? Number two, Brother Alim Bey will be in the house November the 21st, the next day, dealing with the protocols of Zion and the imposter Jew. He's going to be breaking down who the Jew is and what is the secret relationship between blacks and Jews. We're going to have slides, books. We're going to show footage on the TV too. We're going to deal with the relationship between the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm, Dr. Khalid Muhammad. And did you know that Dr. Ben debated a so-called Jew on Like It Is back in the early 80s? Okay, we're going to be dealing with that. You got a good shot at that, brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
We also got that on DVD too.
Oh, DVD?
Not tonight though, not tonight.
All right. The next thing is Mr. Arafat died mysteriously. And I have an article that Sharon said that he would see Arafat in hell. Now, a lot of us believe that he might have died from cancer or whatever. But right here we have an article. Diplomats accuse Israelis of poisoning Palestine leader. Get a shot of that. We always like to document our evidence.
What newspaper was that in?
This is the Daily Blues. Daily News.
Oh, wow.
Now, what makes this case so interesting, it goes right along with the case of Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Ricin poison is one of the #1 sophisticated poisons that the white man is using right now. And what makes ricin so dangerous is that when it gets in your system, there's no trace.
No trace.
That's why they said they can't find out what's wrong with Arafat. They won't find out because the ricin disappears into the system.
And what about Bin Laden's right-hand man? You know the one who they making the boogeyman now? What's his name? What's his name? Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one.
Come on now.
He had the big boy together.
Right, him.
And they trying to. Yeah.
They saying he is now working with Ricin. Did y'all hear that yet? Yeah, y'all can go and type up his name on the internet and type up Ricin and you'll see everything come up. R-I-C-I-N.
So I never hit this. This is Sharon under fire. New breed of Jewish militants threaten Sharon's life and Israel's stability.
That's right.
So he got to watch his back. So I figured that he got rid of Arafat before his own people gets rid of him. We're going to be dealing with the Mossad in the secret Israeli intelligence at Brother Alim's lecture. Okay, they're getting the people ready in Harlem for flu. The flu hits in Harlem. Hit that. Brother Curtis Cost will be dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? I've never taken a flu shot in my life.
Me neither. Me neither.
All you have to do is eat the right foods, take care of yourself. You know, garlic. Garlic is very good for your immune system. All right. Now, okay, another thing that's very important, the black news. Although some brothers dye their hair because they're ashamed of the gray and all that, but I've been seeing a lot of sisters with all kind of hairstyles. Blonde hair, red hair, pink hair, green hair. This is, believe it or not, this was an expo on hair. An expo on black hair. Now dig these styles right here. Get those.
Damn, man.
You got them?
Those are the daughters of Willie Lynch.
Now I'm showing this for a reason. I'm not just showing this for mockery, but I have a reason for showing this. Number one, you don't really know how dangerous the dyes and chemicals that are in the hair products, and I'm going to show you what the white man put out.
Is that one with the red, white, and blue hairstyle?
Oh yeah,
With
that's
the
the
flag on it, man?
You got it?
Oh, that's why I'm zooming in and I've just seen that.
Make sure you get that.
Damn.
Brother Azzaziel is in the house.
All right, that's right.
Give him a black hand. You got a good shot of that?
Yeah, I got a good shot.
Okay. The reason why I'm showing that is because this is what your scalp looks like magnified 1,000,000 times. I want you to get, I'm going to pass this around too. I want you to get a good shot.
Damn. It's still coming in. About 7. I'll tell them 7.
You got it, brother?
Yeah. That's the scalp?
That's the scalp magnified 1,000,000 times. And as you can see,
You should have put that on transparent.
as you can see, well, I ain't got the money. As you can see down here, that's where the dye goes down into your head.
Yeah, you gotta let me get that, man.
That reach your brain, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So, like I said in part 1 of my lecture, Assassination of the Black Nation, that they were doing tests in the morgue on black women, and when they cut their skulls off, they saw that the skull had a green slime on their skulls.
Really?
And this is the reason why. See, a lot of our sisters and brothers have what they call low self-esteem, where you don't believe you're pretty unless you got long, blonde hair going down to the crack of your butt. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that dumb stuff. Now, we're going to get to the heavy part. Oh, one more thing. This is Serena's, I think, boyfriend kissing another man.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of our sisters and brothers are hooking up with white folks.
Where you get that from, Biggie? That's the research right there.
Always on the prowl.
Yeah.
And this is very funny. This one right here is very funny. This is a Japanese trying to convert a lion. He's trying to convert the lion to Christianity. This is not a joke.
Damn.
And the lion, fortunately, the lion was a lion. He wasn't a pussy lion. You know what I'm saying?
So what happened?
The lion did what a lion was supposed to do. Okay.
Ripped them up?
Ripped them up. I'm not even going to deal with all this with you. Oh, this is funny. This is what I would like all the white people to do. Get a good shot of that.
Wow, I got it.
Then we wouldn't have
Right in
any
their
problems.
mouth, right?
I would like them to kill each other, and then we can straighten the planet out.
Right. That's good.
Okay. Now, how many of you know about secret societies? Some of y'all know. Raise your hand. How many of y'all know about secret societies? Okay. Well, we've heard. I'm going to start with the organization called the Ku Klux Klan. A lot of us think that they're just old crackers that run around chewing tobacco. Do you get the point, brother?
Big man, you falling off. You have to bring your pointer, man.
We think they're just old farm crackers. That's a good picture. Not yet, brother. Not yet.
I need that picture, man. I need two of those. Put it on transparent.
All right. I got it upside down. Okay. These are leaders in the clan. They wear black. The dummies, the little ones, wear the white. Okay? And the next thing is this. How many of you knew that the clan is a Masonic organization? How many of you knew that? Is that, I'll try to make that up.
Turn the black button right there, the knob on the side. Okay. There you go.
All right, very good. Technology. This is an oath of allegiance that every clansman have to take. You will place your left hand over your heart and raise your right hand to the heavens. Oath of allegiance. Section 1, obedience. You will say, pronounce your full name, repeat after me, in the presence of God and man, most solemnly pledge, promise, and swear unconditionally, I will faithfully obey the Constitution and the laws and will willingly conform to all regulations, usages, and requirements of the, clan which do now exist or which may be hereafter enacted, and will render at all times loyal respect and stand fast support to the imperial authority of same, and will heartily heed all official mandates, decrees, edicts, rulings, and instructions of the, whatever that IW, therefore I will yield prompt response to all summonses. I have knowledge of what's that, name or saying? I have knowledge of saying. Providence alone preventing. Section 2, secrecy. I will most solemnly swear I will forever keep, what's this? Sacredly secrets, the signs, words, and grips, and any and all other matters and knowledge of the KKK, regarding which a most rigid secrecy must be maintained. Now, I think I'm going to stop there.
No, please.
Keep going?
Please.
Okay. Which may at any time be communicated to me. I will never divulge same nor even cause some to be divulged. In other words, I won't tell the secrets of the so-called Ku Klux Klan in the secret societies. That such person is a member of this order in good and regular standing. All this is Masonic wording, and not even then unless it be for the best interest of this order. I most sacredly vow and most positively swear that I will never yield to bribe. Al Sharpton.
You have to go there?
Yeah.
Got to go there.
Okay. Because Sharpton is in the Masonic order. That's why I just mentioned that.
That's right.
Okay. Anybody, this flattery, threats, passion, punishment, persecution, persuasion, nor any edicts, whatever, coming from or offered by any person or persons, male or female, right there. They understand that not only will a male try to bribe you, but they'll send a female to bribe you, whether with body or whatever. You understand? For the purpose of obtaining from me a secret or secret information of the KKK, I will die. I would rather die than divulge same. So help me God. Amen. Ra. Amen. You will drop your hands and blah, blah, blah. Gentlemen, sirs, boom, boom, boom. Now that, has anybody ever seen this document before? Okay.
Now what document is that? The
That's their pledge of allegiance to the Ku Klux Klan. That's what that is. Okay. Some of this information, like I said, I got to recapture from the white man, go into his libraries and borrow stuff and, you know, do my thing. I'm not going to say take anymore because they be following me a lot of times now. Here's one that we hear about, the Mafia. That's a secret society. And they have an oath too. Their oath deals with when they bring you in and you're a candidate to be in the Mafia. They put a gun on the table, they put a knife on the table, and they put a card, preferably a religious card. Sign that. You getting this?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay.
I got you.
They put those three items on the table, and then they tell you that when you join this organization, you will live by the gun, you will live by the knife, and if you divulge any of the secrets, you will burn like that card. And they put that card in your middle of your hand and light it, and you got to stand there like this and let that card burn in your hand. And then you go out and kill somebody. That's what the Mafia does. Okay. Some of this stuff I'm not going to read it all. I'm going to read some. If this is the right page.
I say page 2.
Yeah, this is page 1. I just, it was one particular thing. Oh, okay. They also operated a strict code of silence called Omerta. Omerta, which means manhood, which meant that anyone arrested by the authorities would never implicate or name anyone else in the organization. Anyone who broke the code would be assassinated. Anyone who broke the code would be assassinated.
We need to start getting that.
Assassinated physically. Okay. Now,
in other words, they don't burn no candles.
What I'm doing right here, right now, is just giving you a sample of the lecture that Brother Aleem is going to do, and a sample of the lecture that I plan on doing in the future too. Okay, here's another terrorist. Here's another so-called secret society that we've heard of. The Bilderberger Group. Rockefeller and Reagan.
No wonder they watching you.
Huh?
No wonder they watching you.
They watching us all. That's another thing. Brother Bobby Hemmett had said that you shouldn't join a group or whatever. You don't have to join a group. They're watching all of us anyway.
That's right.
They watch all niggas. You don't have to be doing anything. Just like sometime when one of us get killed, he wasn't doing anything. You don't have to do anything.
That's right.
You don't have to do a damn thing. Okay. I was looking for really page 2. Okay, this is page 2. Okay. The Bilderberg Hotel in Holland. The Bilderberg Group is named after a hotel. What is this word here? Whatever. Holland, where it is met in the early years in existence after its creation in 1954. Officially, it has no name, but then officially, it doesn't exist. In reality, it is composed of more than 100 global power, elite, international financiers, multi-bosses, and political leaders, and European royalty, including Prince Charles, Queen Sophie of Spain, and Queen, Beatrix of the Netherlands. The two leading power brokers are the American Rockefeller family and the European Rothschilds. Each year they meet for 4 days at a secret location in Europe or the United States. The 2003 gathering took place between May 15th and May 18th at the luxurious historical, whatever that is, hotel, palace in Versailles. But it was barely mentioned in the press. Why wasn't it mentioned? Because they owned the press. Now I'm going to jump one thing and get to this. For the people who believe that the white man has a heart, this is out of a book called The Dreaded Comparison. And it deals with what our people went through in slavery. And it deals with how whatever they did to the animals, they did to us too. You have a muzzle on the dog. You have a muzzle on this brother right here. And this is not anything that's old. This is not old information, because what's actually happening, they still use dogs against us. And another thing that's happening is that the dogs are taking their case to the Supreme Court, because the white people not only abuse the dogs physically, but they're abusing them sexually now. And that last tape, Brother Sinetta showed that. I'm going to show you a few slides dealing with that.
And they still use the muzzle on the dogs.
That's true.
And they still use the muzzle on the Negroes.
Now,
you heard me?
I hear you.
Yeah, but they fed us to the dogs. They never
The Negroes ain't sticking out.
What I don't want to do, I want to break my flow. It's like making love.
All right.
Yeah.
You ever make love and the phone ring?
That's right.
Don't knock me out of the box right now. Okay. This is one of the things that they used to put on the horses, right? All right. Now, this was put on us to keep us from biting the white man back, or biting the chains, or trying to bite the rope, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Turn it around this way.
That's right.
It's a brother. They call this, now check this out, nigger breakers. There were men called nigger breakers. You got that, brother?
I got it. I got it.
The nigger breakers were men that broke your spirit. That's why they would assassinate black men and women right in front of a group, to put the fear in your heart.
Yes, sir.
But God bless that all of us weren't broken. Some of us were broken, but not all of us was broken.
Frederick Douglass broke his nigger breaker.
Okay. This is a cattle market in Chicago in 1868, right? This is a slave auction in Virginia in 1861. There's no difference. The same way they would bid on us, they would bid on the cattle and sheep and hogs the same way. All right. Finish that. These are the men who control the world. Some of the men. A lot of these are what they call pawns in the game. They don't know what the hell is going on. The big boys I'm going to show in a minute. This is the Masonic Lodge on 23rd Street. This is one of the biggest lodges in New York City. I've been there, and they have tours. You don't have to be a Mason to go in. Get a shot of this. This is your Governor Pataki. He's a Mason.
I got it. Better over there.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. He was made, right here, Governor George Pataki, on this side. He's an honorary Mason. Okay. The secret terrorists. I've been showing you some of the secret terrorists. The Bilderbergers, the Rockefeller family. Those are the real secret terrorists. Tell me this. How many people think they know why Kennedy was assassinated? How many people think they know why Kennedy was assassinated? Okay. That book, Secret Terrorists, gives us a little information on why Kennedy might have been assassinated. Okay. Oh, the other way. Okay, I'm going to deal with page 1 right there. It's a lot of reading. I'm not going to read all of it. But on this side, and this is where one of the things Phil was saying, the power of the Catholic Church, the power of the Vatican. The lecture that me and Aline is going to be doing and producing, and Sinette is going to be producing, is not just dealing with the Pope and the Vatican and the Jews. It's going to be dealing with that whole group working together for one goal. Unlike a lot of us, the white man gets together and works together and then kill each other. You know what I'm saying? There were basically two main reasons why Kennedy was assassinated. These reasons are involved with the Vietnam War and the Federal Reserve Bank. President Kennedy sent two aides to Vietnam, McNamara and Taylor, who gathered intelligence that convinced him that the United States needed to withdraw from Vietnam. Their memo to the president was entitled Report of McNamara and Taylor, Mission to South Vietnam. With this report in hand, President Kennedy, had what he wanted. It contained the essence of decisions he had to make. He had to get reelected to finish programs set in motion during his first term. He had to get Americans out of Vietnam. Colonel Fletcher Prody, this is what the brother was saying, jumping. The camera's not jumping, it's the floor that's jumping. Remember the guy said that? Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm going to skip this and go to the most important part. For two reasons, the Federal Reserve and the pullout of Vietnam. That was one of the two major reasons. Okay, all right. And this is what Phil talks about. And Phil, in one of his lectures, mentioned Cardinal Francis Spellman, the Archbishop of New York, was the key man that brought America into the conflict. He was active in persuading the U.S. to select DM and support him as president of the South Vietnam. He was made, what's that, Vicar General of the U.S. Armed Forces and called the GIs Soldiers of Christ, meaning soldiers of the Catholic Church. In his frequent visits to Vietnam front, the Vatican played both sides against each other. That's what the white man does. He plays both sides against each other. In this Vietnamese Civil War, they controlled DM in the South while advising and making secret deals with Ho Chi Minh in the North. That sounds like Israel and the Palestinians, South Vietnam versus North Vietnam, the South versus the North. It's the same bullshit. President Kennedy attempt to halt the bloodbath incurred the undying worth of the instigators of the war, the Jesuits. Now that's one of the things Phil was talking about. The Jesuits are stone-blooded killers. When you watch that movie, what's that movie, brother? Not Matrix, but the ones that dressed in black. You got it.
Tetragrammaton?
Tetragrammaton. Those are the Jesuits. Get that movie, then you understand what I'm trying to say.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Those are the Jesuits. Dressed in black, and they're cold-blooded killers.
The CIA of the Catholic Church.
President Kennedy began to de-escalate America's involvement in Vietnam shortly before his death. The day after his brutal murder, the following occurred. At 8:30 a.m. Saturday, the 23rd of November, 1963, the limousine carrying CIA Director John McComb pulled into the White House grounds. He was also there to transact one piece of business prior to becoming involved in all the details entailed in presidential transitions, and signing the National Security Memorandum 278, a classified document which immediately revived John Kennedy's decision to de-escalate the war in Vietnam. In other words, once Kennedy was killed, this cracker put that motion back into order. So everything that so-called Kennedy was trying to get rid of, they put back on the table. The day after Kennedy was killed, the decision to stop America's involvement in Vietnam was reversed, and the Vatican's program was continued. Okay.
But this question, when you use the word escalate, in this war, they won't even use the word escalate. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
They can escalate, they won't even say it. That's never happened.
I got two more things to show. At 7 o'clock, Brother Azzaziel
De-escalate.
will be coming on. Okay. How many of you know about MK Ultra? MK Ultra. If you watch the movie called Conspiracy Theory, that's what MK Ultra was and is, but the only difference is that it's MK Naomi now. They changed the name. This was a technique that they were using back in the 70s and 60s. This is the one that they're using right now. Okay? It's one particular thing I want to give you. Okay. Dr. Jack Felder always talked about this. Operation Division at Fort Detrick's, that's in Maryland, in Fredericks, Maryland, a vital place of proof cited by those who believe that the AIDS is man-made. In 1971, AIDS, what's that?
Flow chart.
AIDS flow chart, this is on a different report, said to coordinate more than 20,000 scientific papers and 15 years of research into a federal program to develop a virus that shows an identical match to, what's this word?
Epidemiology.
Okay, that's one of those big white words. What's that again?
Epidemiology.
Of AIDS. Okay? Now, that's when the brother the last time said that he believed that AIDS was a homosexual disease, and I asked him the question, when was AIDS brought into the picture? And he said that maybe in the 60s or 70s or whatever. But there have been faggots in the world ever since I've ever known. I've known certain faggots for 50 years and they still living.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, one more thing. This is to prove one more thing. Brother Sinetta has been saying that the white man came from a monkey.
That's what I said. I back it up.
And there are some people that say that we come from, but the monkey I want to show, and get this, brother, the monkey I want to show, He don't look like no black person. You ready?
I'm ready.
This monkey got a nose like Jimmy Durante.
Like who?
Well, that's before your time.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy Durante was a comedian with this big old long nose. You got that on film?
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Now, just imagine shaving his hair off, and he looks like the average white man walking down 25th Street. And he might look like this. Just get a good shot of that. So with that, what I want you to do is when Azariah comes up, give him a, you ready, Brother Azariah?
I'm ready, I'm right here.
Okay, when Azariah comes up, give him a black hand. And one more thing I want to say. I've been knowing Brother Azariah for the last, I think, 12 years. And he has grown to become a powerful brother. There's another brother called Brother Lamar, who's a young brother. He's growing, he's learning. Look out for him too.
That's right.
There's another brother called Dr. Azzaziel Bey. He's a master. He'll be speaking here the 21st. So I want you to give those brothers a black hand. And with that, I'm out of here. Black power.
Black power.
Let me get my stuff. And
I remember when I was walking around going to church and shit.
right?
I see Big Man on the corner with his radio and all these books and shit. I just walked by and passed it down. Well, what the fuck is wrong with him and shit? You know? Come to find out, he was one of the centers of my education. Brother Big Man, right here. So another powerful. Stand up on your feet and give up. Come on, right. Come on. Shake it up. Come on, wake it up. Go. Brother Big Man. All right.
It's nothing like getting recognition from your people.
That's
And
right.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I hope y'all, it seems to have the elders here because we're going to get to some deep and dark information. There's some stuff going on the planet. How many of y'all saw Psychic Energy 911 that I did over at the National Black Theater? By show of hands, so I know where I'm at and where to go. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish that up. And what happened was I didn't get into the dark occult rituals that they perform constantly. And they put it in your face all the time. So we're going to unveil that today. But before we do that, my queen is going to come up with a poem, not yet. But I need about a half an hour to set myself up. So go get your coffee or do what you got to do. Get some fresh air. Feel a cold wind out there for a minute. And let me set myself up, okay?
All right.
Things. I got the cracker killer candles. All kind of candles.
Very good. Very good.
I hope that, from the looks of things, I hope that most of you did a ritual on October 31st on midnight going into Samhain November 1st. I hope so. We've been talking about this for a long time now. Because they showed up did a ritual on you with the fucking presidency election shit.
Right.
Gotta understand that. Okay? So we're gonna deal with all of this. Set myself up. And I decided I need a stronger chair than that.
I'll let you use
I
mine.
need 2 chairs and I need another table. Alright.
Turn that down, big man.
You can turn that off.
One thing I didn't say in the lecture was that there's a very controversial thing in the community, the conscious community, dealing with what's spiritual and what's not spiritual, what's conscious and what's not conscious. And a lot of times when you talk revolutionary, people begin to think that you're not spiritual. Me, myself, I'm spiritual. I know Sinette is spiritual. Another thing is that I'm an Aries. Sinette is an Aries. Lamar's an Aries. Aleem is an Aries.
That's right.
Which my spirit is a warrior spirit. So sometimes when I speak, it might sound like I don't believe in God or the ancestors. But I'm living proof that if I didn't believe in the ancestors 25 years ago, I wouldn't be here. 25 years ago, I was in so much pain and agony physically that I was crawling around on my floor like a dog. I had ailment that I went to the doctors. They couldn't tell me what it was. And the only thing that brought me through that was believing in the ancestors, believing in myself, and having that spiritual strength to hold on. So I'm saying that black people are born spiritual. You don't have to go to the mosque to be spiritual. You don't have to go to the synagogue to be spiritual. You don't have to go to the church to be spiritual. You are born spiritual.
Big man, remember I think 2 weeks ago a brother said to you and to me that Khalid's problem was that he wasn't spiritual.
That's what I'm going to bring up right now.
Think about that. Go ahead.
There's a tape that, and I say this out of love, that Brother Bobby Hemmett was saying that Khalid, the reason why maybe Khalid died in that matter, that he wasn't spiritual. He didn't maybe believe in the ancestors. But that's a lie, because Khalid Muhammad was one of the most spiritual men on the planet called Earth.
That's right.
It's like I'm saying, and I want everybody to listen very good. There's no such thing as a black person not being spiritual. You are born spiritual. You make love spiritual. You eat spiritual. You walk spiritual. You dance spiritual. You make love spiritual. You talk spiritual. So I just want to get that off my chest.
But because you have some that talk hard and strong.
Right.
See, that's the spirit that's in them brothers.
Yeah, that's their spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them, hey, big man, get this, document this on tape. What I do every day before I open up my table.
Okay. One of the things that Sinetta does at his table on 25th Street is he does a libation around his table. He takes his spiritual water and call up the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? So, anytime someone says, and this is the last time I'm going to say this, anytime someone says that a black person is not spiritual, they're out of their mind. We wouldn't be here.
It's right, brother.
If we weren't spiritual.
That's what, hey.
The brothers on the slave ships, the sisters on the slave ships, they had to smell that funk, had to smell that excrement and piss, had to take all that torture and the brothers and sisters being raped by the white man. The brothers being raped by the white man, physically. The sisters being raped by the white man and woman, physically. The children being raped by the white man and white woman, physically. So the way I'm talking right now, so damn, that nigga's not spiritual. Believe me, I'm spiritual.
That's right.
My mother and father and my sisters and brothers that have passed are with me right now talking. So with that, that's what I have to say. Peace.
Peace. Any questions? Any questions? Say that again, man. Start it from the beginning.
Okay. I was so messed up that I took my money out of the bank. I went to the chiropractors. I went to all kind of doctors. And this one doctor said, I can fix you up. I want to give you a spinal tap. The only thing I want to know, do you have Medicaid or Medicare? And I didn't have any of that. And that was the best thing that ever happened. Because if I would have had, I'll tell you the truth, I was experiencing so much physical pain that if I would have had Medicaid or Medicare, I might not be here today.
You're dead today.
Yeah.
But what happened, the one doctor, he did tell me, he said, what you should do is sleep on a hard mattress. So what I did, I took my mattress off the bed and put it on the floor and started sleeping on the floor. And for 6 months, I slept on the floor. And then one morning, I heard this crack in my back, like someone had broke a stick or something like that. And normally I would get up and crawl, physically crawl around the house. This morning, I got up and stood up straight. I had a long hallway. I walked down that hallway, just testing myself, making sure this wasn't a dream. You know what I'm saying? And from that day on, that's how I've been. So any pain that I experience now is nothing. Nothing compared to what I experienced around 20 years ago.
So what was the problem?
Something, medically, they don't know. The only thing I can say that I might have twisted something.
Sound like the body was
What you call it? The back, the vertebrae might have twisted in some way, because when this thing popped, it was just like breaking a twig. Something had went back into place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Back into place. Yeah.
But under those conditions, what I was going through mentally, I used to see death. When you're in pain, man, believe me, your mind, you can have a strong mind. But when you're in pain, anybody that's ever been in pain know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That pain will make you do things, man, that you won't even believe. So I'm here by the grace. I'm here by the grace of the ancestors.
Why there were so many black people in jail, or brothers in jail? And that's based on them not being as easily programmed as white people are. We talked about that. It's on. And I explained why so many black people are in jail. And that is because
Opening up now?
I'm not just like a prelude.
All right. Yeah.
Advertisement. That white people are more easily programmed than black people. And that's where you get all this racism from. We're basically not racist.
That's right.
White people are racist. Especially if they're blonde with blue eyes and red heads with green eyes, are more easily programmed than black people. Get the lecture. I got it. Sinetta got it. I guess Big Man got it. Psychic Energy 911. Right. Very important information on there, especially to understand what I'm going to say here tonight. So just give me another 5 minutes, and I'll keep saying that, but I see a lot of brothers outside, and so I got to wait for them. Right. One copy. I thought I had 3. And this is The Relationship Before Sexship by Dr. Jewel Pookrum. And this book is very heavy. It's one of the best books out right now. Very hard to get. It's only one. I only have 1 copy. And in here, she explains how everything, physical and non-physical, is made up out of light. And how you must understand the physical world from that perspective, dealing with 7/10 of your reality. And she explains how that works. And if you do not understand physical reality in this sense, as far as spirituality is concerned, meaning that if I saw this table and don't understand the mechanism of how it works with molecules, how the molecules are, the density of it, then you are mentally retarded. That's what this is breaking down. You need this book. This is a very, very extraordinary book. Dr. Jewel Pookrum. If y'all ever seen any of her tapes or any of our books, then you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, she's excellent. I have these charts that I made up that we're going to get into. And this particular chart shows you how your particle accelerator works. Every black person has a particle accelerator, which is your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, your reptilian brain, and your hypothalamus gland working together to cause a type of energy that you could use to manifest anything you want, including a laser beam from your forehead to destroy all negative energy. Remember I talked about a little bit earlier about a violet flame in your forehead, in your mind's eye. When you close your eyes, there should be a violet flame there based on your consciousness level. Everyone has it. And if you do not see that violet flame, what you have to do is begin to sun gaze. We're going to talk about that. But you could use your particle accelerator to beam out a violet flame on any negative energy. You could actually heal certain parts of your body based on this. On the back of this chart, it shows you how to do the violet energy ritual. Okay, some of us might have a job, or some negative person fucking with you somewhere. And what you would do is get you a white piece of paper and a black piece of paper. On the white piece of paper, you'll draw yourself and that person. Now, I'm not telling you to do this so you go around burning niggas up, burning each other up. That's not what this is for. You're supposed to be higher than that. That's why you're here. That's why I'm talking to you. Draw yourself and the other person on the white piece of paper, the person that's giving you the negative energy, and draw yourself beaming a violet flame out of your pineal gland and into his pineal gland. Then on the black piece of paper, you will draw just the person burning up in a violet flame. And this, I guarantee you, will get rid of any negative person. Now, it won't kill them. What it will do is they will be removed from your life. Why? Because everybody in your life is a reflection of an energy that exists within you. And they reflect that when they come to you. An argumentative person, or anything in your life, or any person, or every person in your life is magnetized to you based on something already in you. You attract it. And when you do this ritual, you get rid of it and all the energy like it. So understand that. These charts are $10 and explains the ritual. You all have somebody or something negative. It doesn't have to be a person. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a sickness. Violet is antiseptic. It cleanses. You want to get these charts here. Also, on the table there, I got another chart dealing with your processes throughout your evolution in the womb. Meaning that every animal on this planet, basic biology, is within your DNA. And that chart shows how you move from the early stages to who you are now. And we're also going to deal with the left brain and right brain energy. I have those charts over there too. I also have the handouts. We're going to get some handouts, so stay with me. Okay? A movie you want to go see or get off the street, you have to get this movie. It's called The Forgotten. I slept on it.
Yeah, that's good.
I got it about 2 or 3 weeks ago from the brothers up by Magic Johnson Theater. The movie is about the topic today, how they never show the reptilians in this movie though. It's done almost like a documentary or like a true story. Reptilians abduct people in society. In this movie, you could just be walking down the street and you get fucking sucked up into the air. Boom. And then program them to forget everything that they ever did in the whole society. You could forget your wife. You could forget anything. And this could have happened to anybody here. You don't know because you forgot. You see? That's what happened to your history. You see? So we're going to get into that. So now, before we begin, what I want to do is I'm going to bring my queen up to do a little bit of poetry. Give her a big hand, please.
Okay. This poem is entitled Truth. Truth is always found at the beginning or the end of an era. Truth is tricky, like the apocalypse. It can be disconfirmed without being discredited. Any truth that seeks to be conclusive or all-inclusive will forever remain elusive. Truth is not true. It is power. Truth is, there is no truth. And you want to know why? Because the truth has to be protected by a lie.
All right. All right, now let's get into some heavy stuff. I want to start off by getting into some history of mind control. Now, we've seen a lot of tapes on this stuff. Quite a few books. William Cooper, Anthony Hilda, all the white boys came and gave you all this information. Of course, they always put their swing on it. Right. So I'm going to give you the black swing. Before I do that, though, I want to get into the history of mind control and programming. Now, you got to understand something. Mind control is over 2 billion years old on this planet. It is very ancient. And different societies
performed different rituals and did different things in order to program themselves. And when the European came on the scene, he used this programming technique on you and to control the society. Now, the white boy is talking about some reptilian information, a lot of alien stuff, and a lot of that stuff has to be true. You can't be we ain't the only ones in the fucking universe. You gotta understand that. We're gonna get into that. But first I want to get into the history of mind control. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the Roman period. The Romans, which we know, Ivan Van Sertima and a lot of the black scholars already broke down that the early Romans were black. All of this stuff is coming out of Africa. But even earlier than Africa, understand something. Yes, the Afrocentric movement is very powerful and very educational to us. It helps to strengthen our ego based on learning something new that we did not know about ourselves consciously. We knew it subconsciously. Understand that. But you must understand that the earth goes through cycles of pole shifting. That means that Africa was once a frozen wasteland like Antarctica. And that Antarctica, the North Pole, and all the frozen places on the earth were once flourishing lands or land masses. And then we also know that the earth was one landmass at one time. But yet we're still focusing on Africa when the world was ours.
Right.
And probably the most important information about us lies in where the ice lands are. Greenland, North Pole, Antarctica. Let's get into the history of mind control. The Romans used potions. Torture. We're going to get heavily into torture. A lot of things that take place. Can y'all hear this, Mike? Is it clear? A lot of things that take place, there's two forms of mind control. One is torture, physical. The other is electronic. We're going to get heavily into both of them. Torture techniques, we're going to get heavily into that, and I got to place a warning on it because some of this information is very, very graphic and devastating. But it is happening. It's reality. Before you go to battle, you must know your enemy. You can't go out there without a fucking gun. Your gun is your mind. Because you can't fight with the guns they're fighting with. Torture. Blood rituals. We're going to get into rituals heavily. Imprisonment. And constant can you read that? Constant propaganda. Potions, torture, blood rituals, imprisonment, and constant propaganda is the Roman Empire.